Flashlights are very flexible for those who want to take things a little further. Here are some creative ways I've used in the past. Each of these methods would require significant expertise and time to implement and debug effectively. This could take you days, weeks, or even months to get the code to work successfully on the target site. Learning this stuff takes a lot of practice. Forcing post requests is very useful given the specific context. Here are some more complex uses of the force post parameter that demonstrate the flexibility it offers in crafting sophisticated and targeted engagements. By manipulating post requests at this level, you can tailor attacks to specific scenarios, bypass common security mechanisms, and exploit vulnerabilities with precision. Here are some things you can do. Manipulate multi-step forms. In complex web applications, users often need to fill out multi-step forms where each step requires new input. By automating the submission of form data through the force post parameter, you can bypass intermediary steps such as email verification or CAPTCHA inputs by pre-filling fields and automatically submitting the form. This streamlines the phishing process, making it more efficient and reducing the chances of user suspicion. Exploiting CSRF vulnerabilities, cross-site request forgery, is an attack where unauthorized commands are transmitted from a user that the web application trusts. By modifying request parameters using force post, in conjunction with other techniques like custom headers or tokens, you can exploit CSRF vulnerabilities. This allows you to perform unauthorized actions on behalf of the user, such as changing their account settings or initiating transactions, if the website is not properly secured against such attacks. Manipulate search queries. Websites with search functionality often rely on query parameters to filter or sort results. By modifying these search queries, you can include additional keywords or filters that might reveal sensitive information or exploit vulnerabilities within the search functionality. For example, if a search query is vulnerable to injection, altering the parameters could lead to data exposure or the execution of unintended actions. Trigger specific application behavior. Some applications have hidden or undocumented features that can be triggered by specific post parameters. By injecting these parameters using force post, you can activate these features, which might be used to bypass certain security measures or gain access to restricted areas of the application. This requires a deep understanding of the target application and its underlying behavior, as well as thorough testing to identify such features. The force post feature within the EvilJinx framework allows for the manipulation of HTTP requests by altering post parameters, which can significantly increase the complexity and effectiveness of your engagement. Here are some things you could potentially implement in your scripts. Bypass CAPTCHA validation. CAPTCHA fields can be a significant hurdle in phishing engagements. By removing or altering CAPTCHA parameters from requests or submitting pre-solved CAPTCHA values, you can bypass these security checks. For instance, intercepting a CAPTCHA response and sending it directly to the server without user interaction can streamline the phishing process. This might require additional techniques such as token extraction or predefined responses. Exploit file upload vulnerabilities. Many websites allow users to upload files, which can be exploited by modifying file upload parameters. By manipulating the post data during a file upload, you can introduce malicious files into the server, exploiting server-side validation flaws. This could lead to the execution of arbitrary code, providing deeper access to the target system. An example would be altering the MIME type or bypassing file type checks to upload a script disguised as an image. Manipulate payment processes. Most payment processes often involve critical post parameters such as transaction amounts, payment methods, or destination accounts. By altering these parameters during a request, you can exploit vulnerabilities in the payment processing logic. For example, modifying the post request to change the amount of a transaction or the recipient account details can lead to unauthorized transactions, which could be used to siphon funds. Inject payloads. Cross-site scripting attacks involve injecting malicious scripts into websites. By including XSS payloads within post parameters, you can exploit improper handling and sanitization of inputs. This could allow you to execute scripts in the victim's browser, steal session tokens, or redirect users to malicious sites. This technique is particularly effective on sites that fail to properly sanitize user inputs before reflecting them in the response. Exploit SQL injection vulnerabilities. SQL injection involves injecting SQL queries via post parameters to manipulate the database behind a website. By modifying post data, you can introduce SQL injection payloads that exploit vulnerabilities in the target application. This can lead to unauthorized access to the database,
allowing you to extract sensitive information such as usernames, passwords, or credit card details, or even delete records from the database. Obviously, in theory, this seems simple, but in practice, successfully coding a custom force post script could be challenging, so take these suggestions with a grain of salt. Keep in mind that some are easier than others.